Okay. Let's see. Okay, guys, can you hear me yet? I did a little reset to see if that fixes it. If not, YouTube might be having a problem tonight. Let's see. Okay, you guys can hear me now? Okay. Boy, Scorpio, what is the crazy thing going on? Okay, so let me restart this briefly by saying, Scorpios, you guys already had a botched video tonight. My dog barked in your first Scorpio video, and I was like, no problem, I'll just edit that out. Well, it will not finish processing. Just Scorpio. Every other video that I've done today, all the zodiacs have been fine, but Scorpios will not process. And until that happens, I can't edit out Aries bark. But I decided, well, let me go ahead and at least fix it for you guys this way. And what I did is in the description box of this video, I provided you guys the link to that other Scorpio storyline because it was kind of a juicy one. And I just want you guys to be aware that Aries barks at 3 minutes in. So, just be prepared for that because he was like right behind me when he barked. And I was like, oh, that's loud. So you guys basically you get 2 Scorpio videos tonight because I have to make it right because you guys, I can't really release that other one until I can edit it. But if you want to watch it before I do that and just be mindful of the ear thing, the bark, you can do that. So free link is in the description box. And why now your guys' audio was jacked up on this one, I don't know. It's like the tarot energies are like, no, don't let Scorpio have a story, but we're going to persevere. Thank you guys for letting me know. You guys are so lovely. Thank you for that. I so appreciate you. So we started out with a kind of a fresh start to our story, and we've got the Chariot, followed by the Knight of Cups, the Three of Wands, and that Three of Cups. And I was saying, boy, we are determined to get some spicy, saucy Scorpio stories tonight, even though apparently they're not supposed to be released. This is forward motion with love. This is something that is coming in possibly from a Cancerian or perhaps just a water sign masculine. But we have somebody moving directly toward Scorpio. And I feel like Scorpio may or may not be interested in this person. They could have a track record of breaking hearts, playing with people's emotions. Scorpio could meet this person if they are traveling, and it could be like, you're cute, you're sweet, but on the other hand, I don't know if I really want to engage with you because I have a feeling you are great with, like gab and chatter, and you're really talented and suave. And, this could be somebody who wants to like wine and dine and romance Scorpio. And Scorpio could be like, yeah, I think you romance a lot of people. And Scorpio could be spot on. And again, maybe this is going to be a turnoff for them, or perhaps it's going to be like, do you remember how many people you've used the same line on? It kind of has that vibe. Hi guys, great to see everybody. Thanks for being here. Okay, we have Death card in the reverse. I don't know though. This does kind of look like Scorpio is going to be a little intrigued, maybe because there could be some fun banter with this person. Maybe this is somebody the Scorpio's like, it's you again. Here we go again on this merry-go-round where we interact with each other and there's kind of some spice between us, some heat between us. I'm starting to wonder, do they kind of keep tabs on Scorpio? They may admit that. This could be somebody that Scorpio already knows, but thinks is kind of a cad. It's like, you are that person who I know you love to flirt. Maybe Scorpio does too, though. Look, it is a little bit of a, I don't think Scorpio is just one of many. Or let me put it this way, Scorpio stands out in a way others don't. They have thought of Scorpio, even if they are somebody who's been like easy come, easy go, they flirt around quite a bit. I have to say, if Scorpio has stayed on their mind, it is possibly, and maybe they're a little bit more mature at this point, but it is possibly because Scorpio is one of those people that they can't quite get over, they can't quite forget. Scorpio made a mark in their mind or in their heart. Again, they could be a little different this go round. I am thinking that this has to be somebody that Scorpio has known. Maybe it's somebody Scorpio only sees like when they travel or when they go to like whatever that side of town, or when they go to, visit family back in the town or the province or the state, or the region that they came from originally. It could be something like that where Scorpio sees this person, because I always get like international vibes here. I always think of like Portugal or Malta or something. And I'm just wondering, because here we have like, I always think of Spain with this card. I don't know. This feels like someone who is from Scorpio's past. And it's like, yeah, we tangoed before, you and I. We flirted before. I remember you. You probably are still the same old, same old. This is them trying to say, I'm not, though. Three of Cups is in the reverse. Actually, I've outgrown that. Scorpio, I'm older now. I got some salt and pepper in my hair. And, with all the people that maybe I did date back when I was younger, no, none of them ever held a candle to you. I'm wise enough to know it now. They are shockingly coming in so much more like mature and chivalrous, or they have upgraded their game and now this is the way they do it, to be, like particularly alluring and act like, oh, I'm so mature, I'm so this, I'm so that. I don't think so, though. This doesn't, I mean, they're an emperor upright. Sorry, guys. I was outside with Aries, and every time that happens, my asthma kicks up a little bit. Hang on. No, this has definitely been somebody who has always thought Scorpio is a soulmate. Scorpio is somebody important in their scheme of, like, the big scheme of their life, and they know that. I would argue this has to be somebody that has known Scorpio for a long time. At least a couple years, or maybe, a couple decades. But it definitely says Scorpio and this person have a little bit of a past. This is an ex, even if it was like a barely ex, it's like, yeah, we danced a night away. We spent one night together. And then, I was just one of the many dalliances you had. Look, Scorpio probably has moved on and had plenty of their own love affairs and individuals in their life. But again, it's that this emperor sees Scorpio as, it was a much stronger bond than they've ever had with anybody else. Scorpio touched their heart. Scorpio was important. I don't know if it's the way Scorpio held them. I don't know if they slow danced with Scorpio and it was like the best like hug / dance they ever had, or if they, remember just like a very wonderful evening spooning with Scorpio or something, or just the way they fit together with Scorpio. But there's something here where it created like a bond. And I think they've never had that with anybody else. And I think they've always wanted that back. And even if they dated a ton of other people, there wasn't anybody that fit with them or fit against them the way Scorpio did. So really powerful bond here. 5 of Wands. And something that they have never stopped thinking about. We keep seeing them saying like, it just clicked with you. It just felt right. It just felt like, you holding hands, or you having your arm around me having my arm around you, walking. We had the same stride. Like, it could be something so physical, but so small, not like a lusty thing, but like I really felt like we're the perfect, whatever height ratio, or there was this comfort zone between us. It just kind of felt like this wonderful energetic glue that made us walk side by side really nice. This definitely has a very romantic energy to this. Hey, SLH, great to see you. We got the Tower. Okay, they have literally either gone through kind of like not just a maturation, but I kind of feel like they've been somewhat miserable without Scorpio. The more this became crystalline in their mind, the more they realized this was like super special. You don't just find this every day. It kind of dropped their ego. They don't care about trying to date other people. I have a feeling that Scorpio is drop dead gorgeous and they are as well. And maybe that's why it was like, oh, we're just, if they were full of their ego, like, oh, I'm this gorgeous, handsome, sexy thing. And, you know, it's easy to find partners and it's easy to find beautiful partners. Yeah, humans are beautiful creatures and we all have our own unique beauty. So, of course, it's easy to, find other beautiful people because they're literally everywhere. But that's not the same as connecting to someone. And I think that they just now figured that out. Let me ask though, how did you feel about Scorpio back when Scorpio was around you? Action of Wands, well, they wanted Scorpio, that's for sure. They knew there was something different, something much more um how do I want to say? I want to say stately. I want to say like meaningful, something with much more gravity. And I just say that because, this is, a geographical, monolith here. I think it's called the Wave. That's the name of that particular like sandstone smoothed cliff. I've never actually seen it. I really want to go there and see it. It's one of our national parks, in one of our national parks. But if you've ever, I'm an outdoorsy person, so I have gone to a lot of our national parks, and I love to see different mountains and different rocks and things. And it's so, I don't know, our Earth is so amazing. But I feel like even though this might have been like, I want to sleep with Scorpio, they were really hot. I mean, the Knight of Wands is exactly that. Like, I want a knight. Definitely want to, tango with the Scorpio. Yes, but even then, like if you've seen any like really marvelous, geological sites on Earth, how it kind of instills some kind of awe in you. I feel like they felt that way about Scorpio. It wasn't just like, ooh, here's my regular hot-blooded, you're attractive, so I want to get with you for at least the night. There was more to it than that, even at the time. There was a sense of awe around Scorpio. How are you coming back into Scorpio's life now? Action of Cups and Empress with intention. Okay, so this is going to be with deliberation that they do this. They are going to be gravitating into Scorpio's world for a reason. That Action of Cups, excuse me, guys, they are going to be intentionally reaching out to Scorpio, calling Scorpio up. And we saw that at the beginning, right? With the Chariot. This is not accidental. They're not just bumping into Scorpio. They're going to be putting in effort. If Scorpio is coming back to town or something like that, they are going to find out about it and they're going to make an effort to either show up where Scorpio is or talk to Scorpio's family like, hey, Mrs. or Mr. So-and-so, when is Scorpio coming back? Are they coming for a visit soon? I tell them I want to talk to them. I'm going to swing by. When do they get into town? What's their flight? I could go pick them up from the airport. There's something here about airports. It just keeps saying they are intending that they have to tell this to Scorpio. And remember, they're an emperor now, and they want an empress. So it doesn't matter what gender orientation we're talking about here, but they see Scorpio as their match. This is somebody who I would definitely say Scorpio had an intimate connection with this person, briefly at least, some time ago in the past. And this is somebody who has, over all this time, they have become much more mature. They are no longer just into brief connections. They are wanting somebody, and it's like they kind of have awakened to the fact that it was always Scorpio. Now, let me just ask, we already kind of saw Scorpio is going to be like, oh my God, it's you again. But let me just ask, would Scorpio be at all interested in this person? Death card, upright, 3 of Cups. It's wild because Scorpio might be saying, well, here's the thing. They may have to wait on me being ready for them because I don't know. I might be dating somebody else. I might be more lighthearted energy. Once upon a time, that's who they were. I'm not sure. Would I see them? Yes. Do I believe that they are oh so changed? I would probably tango with them again, but I'm not saying I would just be on board with, falling madly in love with them. Basically, I think what this is that Scorpio isn't somebody who gets caught up in the romance and says, oh, I know they've just been waiting for me and I'm the love of their life. Scorpio's like, yeah, I know them to be a player. And you know what? They were fun to play with, so I might engage in that again. But I'm different now. I'm not, somebody who waits for them to pick me. And in fact, they'd probably have to make me fall for them. I don't think this is Scorpio trying to be rude. I just think that Scorpio knows this person only has one personality type. It's hard for them to believe this person would have turned over such a new leaf. So I think Scorpio is, on one hand, kind of going to give them a taste of their own medicine as far as like not taking them very serious at first. But I don't think it's mean spirited. I just think it's like, look, you're not the kind of person I would take serious because that's not who I know you as. But we could tango. It'd be fun to see them. And there's probably still some attraction, but I don't think Scorpio knows the depth of how they actually look at Scorpio at this point. So kind of an exciting twist because I think Scorpio is going to be very surprised by this person and their sincerity, but they're going to have to probably win Scorpio back is what it looks like. All right, I am going to leave this one here. Like I said, guys, you have a second Scorpio video. Well, technically the first Scorpio video that I recorded. There's a free link right there in the description box. I'm not going to officially release that video on the channel the way I would normally until if it ever gets out of processing and I can take out Aries bark. But you guys can watch it before then. It is a completely different storyline than this, I'll tell you that. And it was an interesting one. But I'm so sorry that we're having all these problems with the Scorpio videos. The Sacred Divine Feminine, thanks so much for being here. SLH, great to see you. Celeste, thank you. Thank you for being so easygoing about that. Cinderals, thank you so much for letting me know that there was no audio. Also, Harlem Divine 1111, thank you so much, you guys. I had no idea that you guys couldn't hear me, so you guys just saved the video. Manira, hi babe, thanks for being here. And thank you again so much for your help on this, you guys. You're so awesome. Rainia Kamal, thank you, hun. Wonderful to catch you. And Bradley, again, honored you were here. Oh, I didn't notice you put the little ear emoji. I'm sorry, my eye didn't even see that. I thought it was just a little interesting shaped hello hand. So, all right, you guys, take care. Lots of love. Bye for right now.